I am a Here I Am campaign ambassador, and the reason why I'm here is that Results invited me to come and speak to politicians, to members of parliament, on why we need resources for the Global Fund, and that is one of my roles as a Here I Am campaign ambassador, to be able to bring the voices of the people that are affected by TB, HIV, and malaria, and those people that have that have benefited so much from Global Fund resources. I would like to share my story from an angle of my family, and of course how my family got impacted by TB, HIV, and malaria. I come from a family of 6 people, which is 2 parents, mother and father, and 4 children. HIV and TB came into my family in the year 1989 towards 1990, when, as a family, we started experiencing illnesses. More especially my father, who was actually the breadwinner, and he was in and out of hospital until the year 1997, when the situation got worse, where he completely stopped working and was always on his bed. And the situation got more worse here when, a week before his death, the doctors actually said, no, we have to run tests on this man. And actually he was found HIV positive, and to complicate matters, he had TB disease. And basically that was a time when my government, the Malawian government, and most of the African governments were not receiving support from the Global Fund. Actually, the Global Fund, by that time, it was not established. So it was hard for the government to provide antiretrovirals for free because it was expensive, and TB drugs as well, which meant if you were HIV positive, the only option for you was to buy ARVs, and ARVs were very expensive, and people like my father, who could not afford, who by that time had stopped working because he was ill, could not afford antiretrovirals, which meant it was a death sentence. Just the fact that you have HIV was a death sentence, and indeed he died. And I'm talking about that time when almost every day in a society we used to bury someone. At times we used to have more than 5 people in a small community dying. But things changed in the year 2003 towards 2004 in my country, when the Global Fund came to support Malawi. And that was a time when antiretrovirals were provided for free. And many lives changed, and many people were spared in that process. Myself, being someone who has benefited from several initiatives that people have put up, more especially the Global Fund, I would like to reiterate what others have already said, that it is indeed important that we, no matter how small an effort can be, but it's worth saving people's lives. I'm a person who has benefited from the Global Fund very much, because I am one of the people that suffered from TB and was saved by the life-saving drugs provided by the Global Fund to my country for free. And as I'm talking now, I have my younger sister who is HIV positive, and she's accessing antiretrovirals that are provided by the Global Fund. And the list is so long that I can't even speak about individuals. But as I can tell you, I've got relatives, people in my community, and we are talking about numbers like 500,000 people in Malawi accessing antiretrovirals for free. If it were in the years 1997 downwards, when there was no Global Fund, a lot of people would have lost their lives, and we're talking about 500,000 people. Without people like us, people who are voluntarily doing advocacy work to support the Global Fund, their impact cannot be overestimated, overemphasized. There's huge impact to that.